Good morning, Year 2, and welcome to our first maths lesson this week. So today we're going to be focusing on dividing by 10. And dividing by 10 is our last small step in our block of learning, which is focused on division. So we're going to be focusing on dividing by 10 today and tomorrow before reviewing our learning of division on Wednesday. So please pause the video here and write the short date, 8.2.21, and the learning objective, divide by 10. Well done, Year 2. So today, our steps to success. First of all, we need to identify the whole amount. Then we need to share between 10 equal groups or group in tens, depending on the question. And we're going to explore those differences at the start of our explore phase today. Then write the stem sentences in division using the symbol correctly, which I know you're super at. Okay, so in our review phase today, similar to when we were dividing by 2 and dividing by 5, we're first of all going to think back to when we were multiplying by 10, as that's really going to help us with our division today. So there's 3 different questions here. Number 1 is to complete the calculations. Number 2 is to circle the multiples of 10 or say the multiples of 10. And number 3, there is an array. And the question is, how many groups of 10 are there? So it'd be great if you can pause the video here. Don't worry about recording your thinking. It would just be great to hear you talking about it, either in the classroom or at home. Well done, Year 2. Super start to maths today. Okay, let's review our learning together. So I'm going to share with you the answers. So number 1, should we say these calculations together using the word times? Are you ready? 7 times 10 equals 70. Well done, let's move on to this one here. 4 times 10 equals 40. 10 times 9 equals 90. 10 times 11 equals 110. Brilliant, well done. Okay, so number 2, circle the multiples of 10. So we have 120, 80, and 10. And number 3, when looking at the array, as you can see, there are 4 rows. So going across, there are 4 rows of 10. So there are 4 equal groups of 10. Well done, Year 2. Okay, let's move on to the explore phase. So the flowers are back. Today we have 20 flowers, so 20 is our whole amount. We can share the flowers between 10 pots, and we can group the flowers into pots of 10. I'm really keen for you to pause the video here and have a go at showing the difference of sharing and grouping using these 20 flowers. So I'm going to put the learning in your hands to explore this question, as I know we've looked at this with dividing by 2 and dividing by 10 already. So please pause the video here to share the flowers between 10 pots and to also group the flowers into pots of 10 and have a think about the division that you're solving. Well done, Year 2. Okay, so let's have a look at sharing first of all. So here are 20 flowers, and the flowers are shared equally between 10 pots. So as you can see here, I've shared them out equally. Okay, so having a look at those 10 pots with an equal amount inside each pot, how many flowers are in each pot? Shall we say it together? There are 2 flowers in each pot. Thank you for joining in with me. Okay, so let's have a think. What does each number represent? So what does the number 20 represent? Well done. The number 20 tells us the whole amount of flowers. Okay, what does the number 10 represent? Well done. The number 10 tells us how many pots there are. Brilliant. Now let's have a think. What does the number 2 represent? Well done. The number 2 tells us the amount of flowers in each pot. Brilliant. So what is the division, Year 2? Shall we say it together? 20 divided by 10 equals 2. Well done. Okay, we're going to have a look at grouping now. So again, here are 20 flowers and the flowers are grouped into pots of 10. So there are 10 flowers in each pot. Okay, so still an equal amount in each pot. So how many pots of 10 are there, year 2? Let's say it together. There are 2 pots of 10. Brilliant. Okay, we're going to have a think about what each number represents again. What does the number 20 represent? Well done. The number 20 represents the whole amount, so the number of flowers altogether. What does the number of 10 represent this time? Well done. The number 10 represents the amount of flowers inside each pot, which is different this time. And what does the number 2 represent? Brilliant. The number 2 represents the number of pots. So what is the division? Let's say it together. 20 divided by 10 equals 2. Brilliant. Well done, year 2. So as you can see, they had the same division each time, but we explored the differences of what it means to share a whole amount and to group a whole amount. So it's really important that we read the question carefully to work out whether we need to share or whether we need to group today. Well done, year 2. Okay, so we've got another question before we move on to your independent learning for step 1. So on this explore question, it says share 10 cubes. In brackets, I've put 1 10, as we know 10 ones make 1 10, don't we? So share 10 cubes equally between 10 groups. Okay, so first of all, having a look at this picture here, you can see there are 10 cubes. Looks like a tower, doesn't it? Let's think about our multiplication. What do you think the multiplication would be to represent this picture here? Please pause the video to discuss. Well done, year 2. So in this picture, it represents 1 lot of 10. So 1 times 10 equals 10, okay? So what I'd like you to do now, year 2, is draw 10 counters, as we're going to be sharing, as you can see here, this keyword share 10 cubes. So first of all, I'd like you to draw 10 counters in your book or on your whiteboard if you're in the classroom. And underneath, I would like you to draw a bar model with 10 parts. I know you might not have a ruler, but you can use the square in your book. So 1 square can be 1 part, okay? So draw 10 counters, draw a bar model with 10 parts, and then share the counters equally between the parts, okay? And then we're going to come back together to review our learning. So have a think about what that division might be. Well done, year 2. Okay, I'm going to share my bar model with you now. So I needed to have 10 equal parts as we were sharing equally between 10 groups. And then I shared the cubes, taking turns 1 at a time. And as you can see here, we've got our bar model, okay? So having a look here at this bar model, what do you think the division is? I mean, we need to be thinking about what the whole amount is, what we are dividing by, and the amount inside each equal group. Brilliant, well done. I'm going to share my thinking with you. 10 divided by 10 equals 1, because we've got 10 cubes all together, and we're sharing these 10 cubes between the 10 equal parts. That's 10 divided by 10. And the quotient is 1, as there is 1 cube inside each equal group. Or as you know, when we draw a bar model, we call these parts. So let's say that division together. 10 divided by 10 equals 1. Well done, year 2. Okay, on your screen now, you can see the step 1 questions to solve in your book. So please pause the video here to solve these questions. As you can see, there are stem sentences as well as divisions. And 1B is very similar to the question we just explored together using a bar model. So please pause the video here. Well done, year 2. I'm so proud of you. Okay, let's have a look at exploring step 2 together. So it says use the array to complete the calculations. So let's have a think. We need to write a fact family here. And this fact family is made up of 2 multiplications and 2 divisions. So I wonder if you can pause the video here to explore the array and see if you can write the fact family to represent the array. Well done, year 2. Okay, let's review our learning together. So we've got the array here, and as you can see, there are 3 rows of 10, which means there are 3 equal groups of 10. So if there's 3 equal groups of 10, I'm wondering what the whole amount is. We can use our multiplication here, 3 times 10. That means the number 3 needs to become 10 times greater. So there won't be 3 1s. Our product will be 3 10s. So what is the product of 3 times 10, year 2? 30. Well done. Okay, so let's have a look at our first multiplication. Using that knowledge and bearing that in mind, what do you think it might be? Well done. 3 times 10. And as multiplication is commutative, what is the other way of writing these factor pairs? Well done, year 2. 10 times 3 equals 30. Brilliant. Okay, so let's have a think about our 2 divisions now. Remember, with division, we start with the whole amount when we're writing the quotient last, okay? So what is the dividend going to be? Brilliant. The dividend is going to be 30. So 30 divided by equals What do you think the divisions might be? Okay, I'm going to share my thinking with you, year 2. So it's 30 divided by 10 equals 3. Okay, as you can see here, we're dividing by 10 as there are 10 counters in each row, and there are 3 rows of 10. And the division could also be 30 divided by 3 equals 10, as there are 3 rows and there are 10 counters in each row. Well done, year 2. Okay, let's move on. So we're going to have a look at solving some missing number problems now. I wonder if you can pause the video here to have a go by yourself and talking to your talk partner at home or in the classroom whilst you solve these first of all. So please pause the video here. Well done, year 2. Okay, let's have a think. 50 divided by 10. So how many lots of 10 make 50? You might have counted in your multiples of 10 to help you. Or you might have been thinking 50 divided by 10 means that the dividend 50 is going to become 10 times smaller. At the moment in 50, the 5 represents 5 tens, but if it became 10 times smaller, what would the 5 represent? 5 ones. Brilliant. So the division is 50 divided by 10 equals 5. Should we say that together? 50 divided by 10 equals 5. Well done, year 2. Okay, let's have a look at the next question. It says 4 tens divided by 10 equals So I'm wondering, what does 4 tens represent? 40. Brilliant. So we can have a think about reading this as 40 divided by 10. So again, how many lots of 10 makes 40? Or what's 40 10 times smaller? 4. Brilliant. Well done, year 2. Should we read this division together? 4 tens divided by 10 equals 4. Brilliant. Well done. Okay, let's have a look at this last one. This time, the dividend is missing. I wonder if you can remember how we approach this type of question when you solved some similar style questions for dividing by 5 and dividing by 2. divided by 10 equals 7. Please pause the video here to discuss how you can find the dividend. Well done. We're going to use multiplication to help us. So we could solve 7 times 10 or 10 times 7 to find the dividend. So this means the dividend is, well done, the dividend is 70. Should we read this division together? 70 divided by 10 equals 7. Well done, Year 2. Okay, on your screen now, you can see the step 2 questions to solve in your book. So please pause the video here and have lots of fun. Well done, Year 2. Okay, we're going to explore step 3 together now. So Alex buys 10 rolls. She pays with a £1 coin and gets 10p change. Whitney buys 2 rolls. How much does Whitney spend? Okay, so I'm thinking that there's more than one step to this question. So I'm just going to highlight the key information as I read it again. So Alex buys 10 rolls, and we can see those 10 rolls in this picture here. She pays with a £1 coin, and we can see Alex with her £1 coin, which is gold and silver here. And she gets 10p change. So that must mean that 10 rolls, the cost of 10 rolls is 10 less than £1. Now I know we haven't focused on money yet in Year 2, so I'm wondering how many pence makes how many pence makes £1? That's also something to discuss at home or in the classroom. So let's pause the video here and have a think about, first of all, what is the cost of these 10 rolls? Please pause the video here. Well done, Year 2. So we know that there's 100 pence in a pound, okay? So 10 less than 100 equals 90. Or 1 10 less than 10 tens is 9 tens. So 10 rolls cost 90p. Let's say it together. 10 rolls cost 90p. So what is the cost of each roll? So you want to know the cost of 1 roll, okay? And we need to know this information as Whitney buys 2 rolls. We need to work that out in a moment. So first of all, what is the cost of each roll? Please pause the video here to discuss. Well done, Year 2. What division did you use to solve that question? Brilliant. 90 divided by 10 equals 9. So each roll costs 9p. Should we say that together? Each roll costs 9p. Okay, so using this knowledge, let's have a think about Whitney. Whitney buys 2 rolls. How much does Whitney spend? Please pause the video to discuss, and I know you can use your Learn It's facts here to help you. Brilliant, great thinking, Year 2. Okay, so with our Learn It facts, it is addition, but I'm also wondering what is the multiplication here to represent what Whitney has bought? 2 rolls and each roll costs 9p. Brilliant. 2 times 9 equals 18. So Whitney spends 18p. Should we read that together? 2 times 9 equals 18. Whitney spends 18p. Brilliant. Well done, Year 2. Okay, so on your screen now, you can see 3A, 3B, and 3C. So please pause the video here to solve these questions. Well done, Year 2. You are really flying high today. I'm so proud of you. On your screen now, you can see the answers to review your learning. Well done, Year 2. I hope you enjoyed our maths lesson today.